Standard cost variance analysis is a critical tool for businesses to control costs and improve profitability. In essence, it involves comparing the actual costs incurred in producing goods or services to predetermined standard costs. This analysis helps identify discrepancies known as variances between actual and expected costs. Imagine you're building a bookshelf. You estimate that you'll need $50 worth of wood. This is your standard cost. However, when you go to the store, the wood costs $60. This difference, $10, is your variance. Standard cost variance analysis allows businesses to pinpoint areas where they are overspending or underperforming. By understanding these variances, companies can take corrective actions to align actual costs with planned costs. This essay will delve into the intricacies of standard cost variance analysis, exploring its components, benefits, and practical applications in business decision-making. Standard costs are predetermined costs that represent the expected cost of producing a single unit of a product or service. These costs are established based on careful analysis of historical data, industry benchmarks, and management's expectations of future price trends and operational efficiency. Think of standard costs as a benchmark against which actual costs are measured. They serve as a target for companies to aim for in their production processes. Standard costs encompass all the elements of production, including direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Direct materials refer to the raw materials directly used in production, such as wood for a bookshelf. Direct labor represents the wages paid to workers directly involved in manufacturing the product. Manufacturing overhead includes all other indirect costs, such as rent, utilities, and depreciation of factory equipment. By setting standard costs for each of these components, businesses can establish a clear cost structure and track their performance effectively. Standard costs play a vital role in various aspects of business management, including planning, control, and performance evaluation. During the planning phase, standard costs provide a basis for budgeting and forecasting. By estimating the standard cost of production, companies can project their profitability and make informed decisions about pricing, production levels, and resource allocation. Furthermore, standard costs facilitate cost control by setting targets for each cost element. Deviations from these standards trigger investigations into the underlying causes of variances, enabling timely corrective actions. Moreover, standard costs serve as a benchmark for performance evaluation. By comparing actual costs to standard costs, managers can assess the efficiency of their operations and identify areas for improvement. In essence, standard costs provide a framework for cost management, enabling businesses to optimize their operations and enhance their bottom line. Variances represent the differences between actual costs and standard costs. They provide valuable insights into the performance of a business and highlight areas that require attention. Variances can be either favorable or unfavorable. A favorable variance occurs when actual costs are lower than standard costs, indicating better than expected performance. Conversely, an unfavorable variance arises when actual costs exceed standard costs, signaling potential inefficiencies or cost overruns. Understanding the nature and causes of variances is crucial for effective cost management. By analyzing variances, businesses can identify the root causes of deviations from planned costs and take appropriate corrective actions. Variances can be further classified into different types based on the cost element they relate to, such as direct materials variances, direct labor variances, and overhead variances. Each type of variance provides unique insights into the production process and helps pinpoint specific areas for improvement. Section 5. Direct materials variances, a closer look. Direct materials variances focus on the cost of raw materials used in production. Price variance measures the difference between actual and standard prices. Quantity variance analyzes the difference between actual and standard quantities used. Analyzing these variances helps optimize material usage and improve production efficiency. Section 6. Direct labor variances, efficiency and focus. Direct labor variances center on the cost and efficiency of labor. They are classified into direct labor rate variance and direct labor efficiency variance. Rate variance measures the difference between actual and standard wage rates. Efficiency variance examines the difference between actual and standard hours used. Analyzing these variances helps businesses improve labor utilization and reduce costs. Section 7. Overhead variances. Unraveling indirect costs. Overhead variances relate to the indirect costs incurred in production, such as rent, utilities, and depreciation. These variances are more complex to analyze as they are not directly tied to specific units of production. One common approach to analyzing overhead variances is to break them down into variable overhead variances and fixed overhead variances. Variable overhead variances focus on the difference between actual variable overhead costs and budgeted variable overhead costs based on actual production volume. Fixed overhead variances, on the other hand, analyze the difference between actual fixed overhead costs and budgeted fixed overhead costs. Fixed overhead costs tend to remain relatively constant regardless of production volume, so variances in this area often indicate inefficiencies in overhead cost control. By understanding the drivers of overhead variances, businesses can identify opportunities to reduce indirect costs, optimize resource allocation, and improve the overall cost effectiveness of their operations. Section 8. Practical examples of variance analysis. Let's illustrate variance analysis with a simple example. A company produces wooden toys with standard costs for one toy car. Direct materials $10, direct labor $15, manufacturing overhead $5. Actual costs for 1,000 toy cars were higher. Direct materials $11,550, direct labor $15,200, manufacturing overhead $4,800. By analyzing variances, the company can identify cost discrepancies. They paid more for wood, used more wood, and paid higher wages but used labor efficiently and controlled overhead costs. Section 9. The significance of variance analysis in decision-making. Variance analysis is an indispensable tool for business decision-making, providing valuable insights that drive informed actions and strategic adjustments. By identifying and quantifying variances, businesses can pinpoint areas where their actual performance deviates from their planned performance. This information enables managers to investigate the root causes of these deviations and take corrective actions to address inefficiencies, reduce costs, and improve profitability. Furthermore, variance analysis facilitates performance evaluation by providing a basis for comparing actual results to predetermined standards. This allows managers to assess the effectiveness of their operations, identify areas for improvement, and hold individuals or departments accountable for their performance. Moreover, variance analysis supports informed decision-making across various business functions. For instance, production managers can use variance analysis to optimize production processes, while procurement managers can leverage this information to negotiate better prices with suppliers. In essence, variance analysis empowers businesses to make data-driven decisions, optimize their operations, and enhance their overall competitiveness. Section 10. Benefits of implementing standard cost variance analysis. Implementing standard cost variance analysis offers numerous benefits for businesses of all sizes and industries. Firstly, it enhances cost control by providing a structured framework for monitoring and managing costs. By setting standard costs and tracking variances, businesses can identify and address cost overruns promptly, preventing them from escalating into major financial issues. Secondly, variance analysis improves operational efficiency by highlighting areas where resources are being wasted or underutilized. By analyzing variances, businesses can identify bottlenecks in their production processes, optimize resource allocation, and improve overall productivity. Thirdly, standard cost variance analysis facilitates performance evaluation by providing a benchmark against which actual performance can be measured. This allows managers to identify top performers, address performance gaps, and foster a culture of accountability within the organization. Moreover, implementing variance analysis demonstrates a commitment to financial discipline and continuous improvement, which can enhance the company's reputation among investors, creditors, and other stakeholders. Section 11. Conclusion: Mastering variance analysis for business success. In conclusion, standard cost variance analysis is an indispensable tool for businesses striving to achieve cost efficiency, operational excellence, and sustainable profitability. By understanding the principles of standard costing, the different types of variances, and the significance of variance analysis in decision-making, businesses can unlock valuable insights into their operations and drive continuous improvement. By embracing a proactive approach to variance analysis, businesses can identify and address cost deviations promptly, optimize resource allocation, enhance productivity, and make informed decisions that contribute to their long-term success. Mastering standard cost variance analysis is not merely an accounting exercise, it is a strategic imperative for businesses seeking to thrive in today's competitive landscape. By embracing this powerful tool, businesses can gain a competitive edge, optimize their financial performance, and position themselves for sustained growth and profitability.